Hi, I'm Meredith, a marketing intelligence consultant at Etumos, here to talk to you today about campaign ROI tracking in Marketo. So let's start out with a little bit of a joke. What is a pirate's favorite type of content? A webinar. While it may be obvious what type of content resonates with a pirate, it may not be obvious what campaigns are resonating with your target audience. And here comes into play campaign ROI tracking. So let's break it down, starting with a campaign. So a campaign is a strategic effort aligned to promote a product or service. In Marketo terms, the campaigns are a series of multi-channel steps, including emails, phone calls, in-mail, or custom tasks that allow you to streamline your communication with your potential and existing customers around that product or service. And ROI is the return on investment. So putting them together, the campaign ROI is a measure of the profitability of a marketing campaign in relation to its cost. And the formula for calculating ROI is taking the net income, dividing it by the cost of the investment, and multiplying it by 100 to get a percentage. So what's a pirate's favorite thing about marketing anyway? ROI. And we want you to be just as excited about campaign ROI as pirates are. So why is campaign ROI even important to begin with? Companies should seek to improve campaign ROI because it helps them understand which campaigns are generating the most revenue and which ones are not. And it also helps to look strategically at optimizing marketing spend. By doing that, you're able to streamline and focus your marketing efforts and better evaluate and compare cost strategies. So the other day, I made a joke about organic reach on Facebook and nobody got it. You do not want this to be you. You want your campaigns to be reaching the right audiences and turning in revenue. So are you even ready to start the campaign ROI tracking process? If you fall into one of these four categories, it might be time to start implementing a campaign ROI tracking process. If you're not reaching target goals or not able to easily show contribution to revenue, campaigns just aren't generating engagements, or you're seeing that you have little insights into data-driven points to help make better campaign decisions. If any of these resonate with you, then it's definitely time to start thinking about the process. So campaign ROI has a lot of components involved with it. But let's break down each of the steps that are needed to be able to start implementing. We already know how Marketo defines campaigns. So now your team needs to understand how campaigns fit into Marketo's definitions. So first, you want to define your campaigns and understand how they'll be tracked. This includes defining the goals and objectives, defining the target audience, and actually developing the campaign and its programs in Marketo. Then you need to piece together your level of granularity for the cost tracking, understanding how much consideration you want to take into thought for the costs. Since costs are tracked at a program level in Marketo, your team will need to develop a way to track the cost at those programs and understand how they relate to the campaigns or your team's definition of a campaign. From there, your team will need to develop a process for cost input and do it consistently by having the cost within a program to then be able to evaluate and calculate the cost per person in each campaign. Once you're there, you're halfway in place to start tracking campaign ROI. After you start implementing costs into Marketo programs and have identified your campaigns, you need to be able to relate that back to revenue. Since Marketo can integrate with a variety of CRMs, you have the ability to pull in opportunity data into your Marketo instance or push campaign data into your CRM. By doing that, you are able to connect the dots of a campaign or program in relation to an opportunity and show how an entire campaign influences opportunities and is influencing revenue and pipeline. By doing that, you're fully there with all of the data pieces in order to be able to calculate the campaign ROI. So let's see it in action. You've decided that your campaign is going to be garner an attendance for a webinar. In Marketo, you're going to have 3 programs that are promoting that webinar, one through email, one through paid social, and one through paid search. And you can see the cost in yellow for each of those programs. In total, these 3 programs have garnered 5 webinar attendees. After the webinar was run, 2 opportunities were created and closed one, and 2 persons that attended the webinar were related to those 2 opportunities. So the cost of your campaign was $150, summing the total cost of each of your programs, the email, your social, and your search program. Because there are 2 contacts that attended the webinar that were on the opportunities, you can say that your campaign influenced $1,200 in revenue. So that makes your net profits $1,050. So in order to get the ROI for this, you would take that net profit, divide it by the cost, and multiply it by 100 to get an ROI of 700%. This number by itself doesn't mean anything and can look really positive, being 700%. But when you start to incorporate other campaigns and compare their ROIs and track it over a period of time, patterns start to display, and you can better understand how your campaigns are performing against each other to make more strategic decisions. So this all sounds great, but why track this in Marketo? The importance of Marketo is really easy to see. It provides, 1, a location for cost tracking at a program level. It also is your marketing automation platform, meaning that it has automation components a part of it, including synchronizing data to your CRM, connecting to your ad platforms. You also have all of your audience details within Marketo, including segmentation or engagement history to look at the different audiences and how they're engaging with your campaigns over a period of time. You also have the ability to A/B test in Marketo and look at how different emails and content with an email influence your campaign ROI. And then also, Marketo has a set of standard out-of-the-box reports that you can evaluate the cost per person as well in your Marketo instance. Overall, improving campaign ROI is critical for companies to optimize their marketing spend and generate more revenue. So by using Marketo, companies can develop, test, optimize, and measure campaigns to improve their ROI and drive business growth. So let's set sail on the high seas of campaign ROI at the cracking of dawn and be just excited as pirates are about ROI.